Hello students, good afternoon. How are you guys doing? Well, I hope you're having an awesome day so far. Well, this is going to be a short video lecture and in which I'm going to make you guys aware about the 5 top notch technique that you require in order to speak English effectively. Speak in English effectively. Okay, let's begin with. Okay. And before we start this session, let me ask you a question. How did you learn or how did you start speaking in your own language? Because well before you joined the school, you knew how to speak in English, right? It's the same way, okay? You need to improve your listening because to be an effective communicator in English language, what you need to improve is your listening skills first, okay? So like how I was telling you the other day, for fluency, if you want to improve your fluency, if you want to improve your vocabulary, if you want to improve your grammar, and if you want to improve your pronunciation, okay? It does not happen by magic. I'm telling you it over and over again because if your speaking has all these 4 aspects into it, then only you can be considered an educated person. Then only you can be called an effective user of English, okay? And fluency here also has coherence, okay? Coherence means your ideas or whatever you're saying is connecting in a logical order. You are just not beating around the bush saying whatever you feel like, okay? If you're asked to talk about a particular topic, you have the right vocabulary, you have the right structures, you have the right pronunciation and everything that is required for it, okay? But the very first thing is you need to improve your listening skills. Yes, until and unless you do it, you are not going to be an effective speaker very soon, okay? It might take you, I don't know how long, it might take you 2 years, 3 years, I don't know, okay? We have been trying to learn how to speak in English for 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, and some of, let me give you this example, like you might have some teachers of English around you who are exceptionally skilled when it comes to teaching grammar, but they don't know anything about speaking. Well, because they are not working on the other parts that are required for them to speak in English as well, okay? Let's understand this. When was the last time you listened to someone speaking in English? Well, you might say that you have been attending my classes and Neeraj's classes. Thank you so much for doing that. But when did you actually spared at least 30 or 40 minutes out of your busy schedule and listen to something in English? Be really honest about it, okay? Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Okay, let's move on, okay? And not only just listening, effective listening we are talking about here. Effective listening. What is effective listening? Okay, you are just not watching someone speaking in English on your phone or watching some random news channel in English or playing any or watching any Hollywood movies, all right? You need to listen effectively, okay? Let's understand some other things. What do I mean by effective listening? Okay, although you are aware that there are a world of listening resources, a world of is an idiom which means a number of listening resources. Like you can watch TV shows. I don't know what you are interested in. Okay, you could be into watching comedy shows, you could be into watching horror movies, you could be into watching documentaries on extraterrestrial activities that keep on happening in our environment. You might be into whatever, all right? Movies, okay? There are different genres of movies that you can watch. Web series, all right? Web series, there are numerous web series available on the internet. You don't need to pay for it. You can just watch them for free. If you are into news, you want to keep yourself up to date with what's going on in your surrounding and what's going around the globe, then you can watch English news. One more thing, TED Talk is a great YouTube platform to begin with, because TED Talk often invites, not often, yeah, well, when it comes to TED Talk India, they have invited some idiots, to be honest. But if you watch TED Talks from other parts of the world, they have really invited speakers who have proved their mettle in their respective fields, okay? They could be scientists, doctors, engineers, entrepreneurs, researchers, teachers, mentors, coaches, and so on, okay? So what happens? Listening to Hollywood songs is a great source of entertainment, but initially does not help you to improve your listening skill, okay? Yes, if you want to entertain yourself and if you want to have a well of time, yes, listening to English songs is a good idea, but it won't help you improve your skills in the beginning, okay? Well, once you start speaking in English fluently, then and if you have been doing that for at least a year or two, then you would start understanding native speakers' slangs, jargons, and some other vocab they use, okay? Because they really connect their words, okay? Excuse me. So if, you know, like how I say, what do you mean? They won't say, they're like, what you mean? And you'll be like, what was that? So you won't understand anything, okay? So please, I request you guys not to listen to English songs for learning. For entertainment, you are more than welcome to do so, okay? So, all right, moving on. But what would you get out of it? What would you get out of it? All right, what would you get out of it? Okay, outer here is a reduction word for out of. Okay, what would you get out of it? Obviously, a good few uncommon words. Uncommon words. When it comes to Indian speakers, we tend to use highly academic language. But if you have ever paid attention to how natives talk, they really don't use high academic words in their speaking, because why would you use formal words in informal context? It doesn't make sense, all right? That's why if you have ever given it a try and try to speak with a native, they won't understand what you're saying, because you might as well be using so many big words that they are really not aware about it, okay? Okay, a good few is also an idiom. It means many. Many uncommon words, phrases, reduction words, slangs, jargons, and daily use sentences used by natives. That is what you would get out of it by the listening practice, from the listening practice. You can easily understand word or sentence stress because it's important, okay? So if I'm saying to you, imagine there are a group of students sitting here in front of me, and I just need to talk to one out of them, and I'll be looking at each of them, and I'll be like, you guys need to, excuse me, you need to come here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Okay? Well, obviously, I'm saying it to all of them. But if I say, hey, Rahul, you need to come here at 11, means I'm stressing on a particular word in a sentence. Okay, now I'm not inviting all these students who are sitting before me. I'm just inviting one out of them to come here at 11. Okay, so word stress and sentence stress is extremely important. And where would you learn it from? Obviously from native English speakers. Okay, all right. Pronunciation, okay? Pronunciation, has to be the easiest way of improving your pronunciation, because unless you have a sound command over um, international phonetic alphabet, you would never know how a word is pronounced. That's why we keep on pronouncing it wrong, calling it vegetable, comfortable, I, weher, wehen, and you know it all. And different tones used, okay? Tones, like how I was discussing about rising tone, when rising and falling tone, when you are asking someone a question. If I'm asking you a question, hey guys, how are you? How are you? I'm using a rising and falling tone. You use falling and rising tone, you use flat tone and different kinds of tone for conveying different messages. Yes, same words can change the meaning completely by the way how they are said. So if I say to someone, excuse me, it means I want to talk to that person. But what if I was going somewhere in the market and I accidentally stepped on someone's foot and I'm like, excuse me. Here it means I am sorry. And if someone is talking to me and I had not been paying attention and I don't know what he was saying, I can say, excuse me, could you repeat that please? Okay. So how a group of word or one word or a sentence is said, the tone used to say it changes the meaning completely. Okay. Body language, obviously, facial expressions, because if you have noticed it, native English speakers don't use their hand gestures much. They don't use their head movements like we Indians do. Okay. So you need to understand their body language and you need to imitate the way they speak and where they put stress to convey what they are really trying to. Okay. You need to copy it. Okay. Because you must be familiar with this idiom. It's called monkey see, monkey do. Initially, if you really want to speak effectively, you need to mimic the way someone else is speak. Okay. When it comes to speaking Hindi, we had to mimic someone. We are not speaking Hindi in the same way how a person from Bihar or Uttarakhand or Jammu Kashmir or any other part of our country speaks, obviously. Yeah. So we are mimicking the people around us. That's how we learn. So if you want to speak in English effectively, you need to mimic someone. I don't know who that person is going to be for you. It's your decision. Okay. And when you do it, make sure you're doing a good job so that you don't, when you speak, you don't sound like you are faking someone's accent. Some students keep on commenting, saying that I have a fake accent and all that, and it's completely okay. It doesn't surprise me because I have been outside of this country. I lived in a country for 6 years. I was among native English speakers, and that's where I learned this accent from. Okay. If you guys are finding it fake, that's not my problem. Moving on. So see, listening is extremely important. It's crucial. Until and unless you start listening, you won't be able to speak in English fluently. That's a guarantee. Okay. And it's not a rocket science to understand. Those who are fluent English speakers around you, go and ask them, did they do any listening practice? And they would tell you, yeah, for sure. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Okay. So the very first one was listening. Then it comes the reading. Reading. Aim to do this for a minimum of half an hour every day. For at least half an hour, do some reading. Why? Let's understand. Since it's a good way of developing ideas, okay? If you are reading a newspaper, you would come across a different kind of news, and you would have ideas about different topics, okay? And understand different sentence structures used. You know, from next week, Neeraj sir is going to teach you different kinds of structures like simple sentences, compound sentences, complex structures. So you need to produce a variety of sentence structures to be called an effective or an advanced user of English language, okay? So while you are reading, like if you are reading a newspaper, analyze the language used in there, okay? And apply your understanding of English fundamentals and see what you make out of it, okay? Neeraj sir is doing a tremendous job in helping you guys learn the basics. So why don't you apply those basics there and see if it really works in the real world, and it would really surprise you. You would build your vocabulary because you would learn lot many new words, and you need to record those new words. You need to record, the part of speech, whether this word is a noun or verb or adjective or any other part of the speech, and how is it used in a sentence. Write down the definition, write down the sentences in which they are used, and then review that vocabulary on a regular basis, and that's how you actually improve your vocabulary, okay? You'll improve your vocabulary this way, obviously. Moving on. What's the best approach to reading? Well, again, it all depends on you. I don't know what you like reading. What do you like reading anyway? Do you like reading self-help books? Do you like reading novels? Do you like reading newspaper? Do you like reading research articles? I don't know. You know that answer for yourself. Whatever it is that you're interested in, start reading it. In the beginning, obviously, and when you are familiar with all those phrases and vocab used, then find something else to read, so that you get more new words into your vocabulary, okay? You add new words. Survey is saying that she likes to read novels. That's good. Good on you. Good on you. Okay. Personally speaking, I like reading self-help books because they not only motivate me, but they help me to become a better human being. The last self-help book I read was The Power of Subconscious Mind, and I was surprised by finding how it actually works. Okay, you can actually influence your subconscious part of the brain or subconscious mind to gain what you want in life. Okay. Excuse me. Moving on. Yeah, like I'm saying, I would recommend you to start by reading English newspapers. Start with the Hindu. Okay, don't start with any other newspaper, otherwise you might as well give up on the idea of reading anything, because they use really tough language. Okay, novels, storybooks, top selling self-help books. Excuse me. If reading newspaper is your cup of tea, if you are interested in reading newspaper, then editorials are a good place to start. Also analyze the language used. Okay. Next, what's next? Throughout the day, make sentences in your mind about what's going on in your surrounding. Though it might sound really weird and funny, but it really works. Why does it work? Because when you start translating in your mind, you start training your subconscious mind to start thinking in English. And I don't need to stress more on this saying that until and unless you do it, you won't be able to speak in English fluently. Okay? Moving on. Start writing. Do you write anything? Do you like to write anything? When was the last time you wrote anything down? And how was it actually? Be really honest. How did you find your own writing skills? Were they exceptional, phenomenal, good, bad? Did you feel ashamed of yourself for writing so poorly? I don't know. Okay? Right. So start writing. Start writing. What would you write? Well, some people like to write diaries. Gone are the days, I guess people, I don't know, I'm just assuming that people no longer write diaries. But if you do, good on you. Okay? Describe your daily routine, recap your day. Do these two exercises before you retire at night, means before you go to bed, or in the morning soon after you wake up. Okay? Include as much as details possible and be really imaginative about it. If you have watched our last 3 lectures, we came up with really funny stories. Well, we think that they were funny. So we had to be really imaginative so that we could help you guys understand the use of present indefinite, past indefinite, and the future indefinite. We did our best. Now it's your turn. Start writing your daily routine or whatever you have done throughout the day, because if you include as much as details, you would find that, okay, well, I know a lot many words. Okay, and that excuse of yours that, oh, my vocabulary is poor, would go in, I don't know, it would disappear. You would no longer think that you have poor vocabulary. Okay. All right, moving on. Plan your next day, week, or month's task and pen them down. Pen them down means write them down to improve writing skills. To improve writing skills. Because I don't know what's your vision in life. You might want to join army or whatever. I don't know what you want to become in your life, but it doesn't matter where you go or what you become. You need to improve your writing skills. Okay, because it has become part and parcel of every occupation, isn't it? Yes, it has. And the ultimate weapon, the ultimate weapon here is start speaking. Stop giving yourself so many excuses that, oh, people around me, they make fun of me, they don't understand what I'm saying, what would they think of me? I don't have the confidence required. And we keep on giving so many excuses to ourselves. Grow up. Grow out of those excuses. Find your reason to learn how to speak in English. Once you would have that reason, you would be making genuine efforts required. Otherwise, you would give up in just a span of few days. You will be like, see, your mind would be like, see, I told you. I would never be able to speak in English. I was in your shoes. I was in your shoes. Just, I think 10 or 11 years ago, it was next to impossible for me to even imagine that there would be a day that I would be speaking in English fluently. But time changed. I made some efforts, and obviously I made mistakes. I have learned from them, grown out of my excuses, and now I'm helping you to help yourself. Okay? All right, moving on. Start speaking in English as much as you possibly can. You don't find an environment, you create it for yourself. Yes, I'm saying it right. You create it for yourself. Why would you hang around with someone who is not willing to speak in English with you? Why don't you become your own friend or find people who have understood the importance of spoken English in today's world and they are making efforts to speak. So find those people. Find people who are in the same path, who are on the same path as yours. Avoid those who discourages you or puts you down. Puts you down means they disappoint you. Okay? We all have those people in our lives, right? When we start speaking in English, they'll be like, क्यों गणा अंग्रेज बन रहा है भाई, किमें काम को नहीं आनी, ये अंग्रेजी अपना है, ठीक है? They are idiots. They don't understand the importance of this language in our day-to-day life. It's good to listening you, sir. Okay, well, thank you, Sarvi. Okay, let them laugh. Let them laugh. Let them make fun of you. But it should not hold you back from learning how to speak in English. You're not 5, 7 years old anymore that I have to pressure you. I have to keep on asking you to start speaking in English. You know your reason. That's why you're watching this video. Otherwise, you would have never clicked on this video, right? If you agree, then start speaking. What I used to do is, I used to call telemarketing companies. I started annoying them. You know, they call us all the time. They annoy us by this, by that, and this scheme and all that. I started calling different network companies and started pressing 2 instead of 1. You know, they ask you about which language you want to pursue the conversation in, and you say, well, Hindi. So you quickly press 1. Stop pressing 1. Start pressing 2. Yes, Hindi has its own importance, and we should never ever undermine our own language and dialect. But learning how to speak in English has become what? Absolutely essential, right? In a matter of 5 or 10 years, you would realize it. Okay? All right, moving on. Let those idiots laugh at you. Let them make fun of you, but it should never discourage you. Okay? Final thoughts. Give yourself a deadline. Okay? Because we keep on procrastinating. Let me ask you, hasn't it been donkey's years since you've been thinking that I should speak in English, I should start speaking in English because it's important? But we never tried because we were like, no, from next week or next month or next year, or when we just keep on delaying month after month, year after year, and then, it's been so long. So set a deadline, and obviously don't say that, okay, by the end of this month, I would be able to, or I wanna be able to speak in English fluently. It's not gonna happen. It takes at least a minimum of 3 to 6 months, depending on where you are at. What it means is, what is your level? If you are really, you have no idea, you do not understand when someone is speaking in English, you cannot read in English, then it would take at least a year. But if you can read and understand, and you can write, and you can speak, though you would be hesitating and shying initially, but if you can do that, then 3 months are more than enough. But you must be speaking on a regular basis. Okay, find friends who are willing to speaking partners, right? So give yourself a deadline. Okay, set a deadline. Write down your reasons for honing this skill. Okay, if you are understanding what I am trying to tell you, obviously your level is already up. Yes, it is up. If you can understand someone speaking in English, you can speak that language as well. The only missing link is that you are not practicing speaking in English. Okay? So write down your reasons and read that paper every day, at least once a day, that this is the reason why I need to improve my spoken English. If you won't have any reason for doing that, why would you do that? You know, when you would try to make efforts, your mind would be like, well, I don't have any strong reason to do that. Read out loud daily, because we have been speaking in our own languages for so long. You need to get your jaw structure used to speak in English. Because if you don't do that exercise, I won't be able to help you improve your pronunciation. So you need to read anything in English out loud at least 15 minutes a day. You can do that by standing in front of a mirror as well. Okay? Do it until your jaw structures start aching. You feel, somewhat discomfort in your jaw structure. Okay? Regular mirror practice and tongue twisters. I understand that some of you might be already familiar with the different kind of tongue twisters that you can use to improve your certain letters pronunciation. Okay, if you guys are not familiar with that, it's okay. What's going to happen is, I think by this evening I would um, hmm, I would find a way to send at least 8 or 10 tongue twisters for the difficult letters pronunciation, okay, so that you can practice those as well. Okay, mirror practice, yes. By doing so, what you can do is you can observe your own body language. You can observe the way you speak, the way you interact, and your facial expressions, your hand gestures, and so many other things. Okay, well, that's all you need to be able to speak in English fluently. If I did it, or if I could do it, so can anyone. That's what I feel. If someone like myself, who studied from a government school till till my higher secondary, if I can do it, you can do it as well. It's just a matter of some time and some determination. Okay, and we are here to help you out. Do ask questions or call us, talk to us, find a way to help yourself. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow at a new timing. I'll see you again at 12:30. Okay, tomorrow we would be learning 101 short sentences and phrases used in everyday English. Okay, because initially you need to bombard your brain with a lot of information, like you are listening to anything in English, you are reading in English, you are writing, then you are speaking, and then you are learning so many new words, sentences, and so many other things. You need to bombard yourself with everything in the English language. After some time, the dots would start connecting. Like how legendary inventor Steve Jobs once said, you can only connect the dots by looking backwards. You cannot connect them by looking forward, excuse me. Okay, so I'll end this video lecture here. Thank you so much again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.